There is a fundamental issue in the UK, and it's both a cultural one and it is a political one. The United Kingdom, Britain, England gave us our free speech ancestry. Free speech came from the UK. The UK has decided to no longer embrace a culture of freedom of speech or dialogue. They have the misinformation and disinformation police. Did you know that 30 people a day, according to the Telegraph, are arrested for inflammatory social media posts? Knocks on your door. 30 people a day in the United Kingdom. Do you know that Britain had the same GDP per capita?
On the freedom of speech, right, I should tell you this scary thing about blocking freedom of speech, street preaching, blocking online opinions, blocking all these things, right? Especially when they're done right. So someone has an opinion and expresses it correctly. Even if their opinion's wrong, it's like, all right, well, you expressed it in the correct manner. That's fine. Like, anyone should be able to do that. Any Muslim should be able to express their opinion. Doesn't mean I think their opinion's right.
But as the United States of America in 2008, now the UK is substantially poorer than the United States of America as a GDP per capita. The UK embraced this nonsense of a nation of immigrants. Do you know every part of the UK except London is behind our poorest state in America, Mississippi? And we love Mississippi. It's just the poorest state. Every single part of the UK. The UK is a very, very poor country with a very, very rich city, London. The rest of the UK is extremely poor.
I think one of the main things that is everyone can shout at immigration. Everyone can shout at these kind of things. Right? We're made to love people and look after people. Look after the least of these. These are commandments in the Bible that we're supposed to do. But at what point? Where's the line? Is like we're full. Like the inn is full because the UK is just overcrowded. Tiny island. It's a simple numbers game. It's a tiny island that's overcrowded because you said yes to too many people. And also, at what point do you have a duty of care for the people you've let in and the people that are already here? Because you can't just let in anyone. You do background checks and you do all these things to let in mums, kids, families, help these people who are in need. But by letting everyone in, thinking, oh yeah, we'll just accept everyone. You're not keeping the vulnerable people that you're letting in safe. You're not keeping the country you're in order of, or the territory you're in order of safe. There's no discernment. There's no duty of care. Because trying to get everyone's approval, you're eventually going to get no one's approval.
There is an opportunity here, but to be perfectly honest, if you do not have a culture that embraces freedom of speech, that embraces dialogue, then you're not able to solve your other political problems. It is a first principle truth. If you are not able to complain, call out, challenge power, if you're not able to persuade people, if you're not able to ridicule your leaders, then how are you actually ever going to fix all of the other problems? The spoken word is the catalyst for creation. God spoke creation into being. Speech is powerful. In the beginning was the word, as it says in John 1, which is the logos. It is the spoken word, not the thought, not just the internalized truth. You must speak it and it becomes material reality. I will
tell like what that is. Every single movement in the Bible or in person started with someone stepping up, saying something and doing it. Moses stepped up, said something, his actions followed his words. And God moved. God moves when people stand up and do something, and their faith and their actions work together. As it says in James, faith without deeds is dead. Faith without action is dead. Because if you're not articulating and if you're not moving forward, if you don't have any action, you're not saved by your actions. But the faith that you have should be able to be seen from the fruit of your life, because it is an internal process which then overflows and comes out.
Say, though, that if the stars align, based on my conversation with the grassroots here and the drivers and the, what do they call them, the cabbies and the working folk, there is a political revolution waiting to happen in the UK. You need someone with courage, and I think Farage is that person. You need a series of influencers. Things need to start breaking their way. I'm telling you right now, there could be a political revolution like the Trump one. And they're just looking for their Trump in some way. And it could be Nigel Farage.
I'm not going to say I know a lot about politics. Don't know much about politics. But he's right in the sense because the silent majority of people's needs and people's thoughts and opinions aren't getting articulated in the macro sense. So he's right. All it takes is one person to come in and say what the silent majority of people are thinking. And yeah, they are going to look like the good guy, and they are going to get the votes, and they are going to rise in power. And that takes courage, and that takes guts, because you're going against the loud minority, and you're going against a lot of the political parties, because they're just saying what the louder people want to hear instead of what everyone else is thinking. And a lot of time what they're thinking, a lot of politicians will sacrifice their beliefs to promote their party, to promote their influence in power. There's very few people I've seen in my short lifetime that in places of power in that sense, who are actually trying to do the best for the community of people they're serving, because they don't see it as serving. If you're a politician, you are serving people. And this is where we've got it all wrong. We've got, if you're at the top, people should serve you. Not as Jesus says, if you're at the top, you need to serve others. God came down to serve us. So who do we think we are to have people under us? And so I think it's very interesting. But if you aren't, I'll definitely give out Charlie Kirk. Listen, guys, switched on, intelligent, man of God, very, very well worth listening. I'd like to know your thoughts in the comments about the political system, because I don't know much about the political system, but about how your faith works and intertwines with that. Very interesting. And for now, drop a like, drop a comment, do all the YouTube things, and I'll catch you on the next one.